My friends, I have not been live on YouTube for quite some time. So I've been busy, busy, busy. Cheers from London, England, by the way. From me, Roberto Blanco. That's right. That's my AKA. Real name being Rob Hourmont, right? You know me, you know me. I'm Rob Hourmont, the fighter, the warrior who puts himself through a lot of things in life because I expose myself. Because I talk the truth about people, about situations, about reality, about how people lie, how people scam, how people steal money, okay, and how people try to fuck other people by doing exactly what I said they just did, right? So this is why I'm here. And my YouTube channel is generally not about this kind of topic. It's usually about my travels, mostly about Cambodia recently, because that's where I've been living for a long, long time. And I've left Cambodia because I was going to the Philippines. Filipino, that's right, Philippines. And I got stopped there. I got detained because my passport was cancelled because some motherfucker reported my passport as lost or stolen, right? And that's kind of strange. I'm waiting for someone. Oh, here, someone's online now. Hello, who are you? So anyway, yeah, I left Cambodia on the 21st of January, heading to the Philippines for 2 months or so to do some content creation. And I left Cambodia with no problems at all. Went through immigration, leaving the country, passport scanned, fingerprints done, no red flag, no nothing, everything fine, right? And then I arrived in the Philippines 2.5 hours later to be stopped. Cheers, by the way, again from London. I've been through a hard time, so I'm having some red wine. And then I get stopped at immigration saying, oops, my friend Roberto Blanco, Robert Holman, your passport is not valid. I'm like, what? Interpol has reported that your passport has been stolen or lost. I'm like, no, it's here, right here with me. I got it here. Well, it's not true. Can you please call those people and tell them the situation? But no, they could not. So instead, they took photos of me. No, not me. They took photos of my passport and they sent it on to whichever authority they sent it to. And then it was declared invalid and I was not allowed to enter the country. Right. So that was a bit of a bastard, to be honest, because I was really looking forward to that trip. So instead of spending 2 months in the Philippines having fun making great content, and that's I was stuck in detention in the asylum seeker detention center, no less, for 6 hours before I was able to contact the British Embassy in Manila, which I finally was able to do because I landed early around 10 a.m. in the morning on that particular day, which is the 22nd of January, I think. I was able to contact the British Embassy in Manila and say, guys, I have a problem here. Can you help me? Because someone has reported my passport as stolen or lost, but I have it right here on me and they won't let me into the country. Like, oh, we can't help you. There's nothing we can do. And I was patched through to the Home Office. No, what's it called? The foreign, I forget what it's called, but anyway, something, the Foreign Affairs Office or whatever in London. And I was soon told, yes, Mr. Holman, we're very sorry to tell you, but your passport is cancelled. You don't have an active passport, so you have no choice but to come back to the UK and apply for or get a new passport. That's what I then did. So I had to spend another 2-3 hours waiting in the detention area before I was finally allowed to graciously go to the ticket office, accompanied by 3 or 4 immigration officers, security guards, as if I was a convicted criminal or something like that, to purchase a ticket for $1,500 to London, right? And that's where I now have been since yesterday morning. Those bastards, not the Philippine people. No, there's nothing wrong with them. They just had to do their job. But I got reported, my passport got reported stolen by some bastards in Cambodia who had it out for me. And they then managed to get into cahoots with the immigration, I believe, because the only explanation I have is my former landlord lady who I was renting an apartment from, and the German owner of the restaurant called La Rosette in Phnom Penh, who didn't like me, who got me basically evicted because he said I was having parties and all the rest of it, and many girls coming and going, which was all of it. All of it was not true, complete utter bullshit and lies. And yeah, so I did leave, but they gave me my money back, so I agreed to leave. So that happened around the same time frame. So um, that was like on the 8th or 9th of January when that happened. And then before I know it, 10 days later, I leave Cambodia to go to the Philippines just completely innocently because I wanted to go to another country to make more content. And I get fucked because I then find out that my passport was reported lost or stolen on the 7th of January. And the only person who could have done that is my landlord, because she had a copy of my passport along with the money and the power of the German restaurant owner called La Croisette in Phnom Penh, which is an absolute overrated shithole, by the way, completely overpriced and poor food, full of junk, full of starch and gluten and nothing much at all. It's just awful, that place. Awful. So don't ever go there. I've eaten there once or no, twice, 3 times, I think. And I was always like, what are we doing here? One time I got invited by a friend, another time I went alone, and it was just not worth it. So anyway, that was the story, and I believe that these people had a problem with me, of course, because I made it clear in a few videos that I did not like the place very much. It was overrated and overpriced. And that was that. End of story, you know? And then, as I said, the next thing I know, as I said, I left, I went through Cambodian immigration when I departed, and my passport had meanwhile been reported to Interpol as missing, but they did not stop me at the exit immigration point. Why? Because they were aware of it. It's the only way that could have happened, because the lady at immigration was very friendly to me. She said, "Oh, where are you going? Are you going to the Philippines on a vacation?" I said, "Yeah, well, no, I'm going to work there actually for a couple of months, do some nice content creation videos. I'm a YouTuber, a TikTok creator, and so on." "Oh, okay, have a nice time, Mr. Hourmont." And she was a bit more friendly than they usually are. So, they scanned the passport, they took my fingerprints, so they would have seen immediately that my passport was on red alert on Interpol, but they did not tell me, because if they would have told me, I would have not left. I would have turned around, got my bags back from the airline, gone back to Phnom Penh, and the next day I would have gone to the British consulate where I would have applied for an emergency passport, which I would get immediately, and after which I would have then applied for a replacement passport because my passport was falsely reported as lost or stolen. But unfortunately for me, they tricked me, they screwed me, they fucked me. Excuse my French, but that's the truth. And then I flew innocently to the Philippines, where I then got stopped, detained, and screwed over, and was forced to fly back to London. But all that being said, it's turned out for the better for me, because I am now really happy that I'm back here. I've got my passport replacement done already. They did it. They gave it back to me for free because they realized, or they gave it to me for free, a replacement of the same passport, same expiration date. It wasn't a new one, and because they realized I was scammed, and that was very nice for me to get that done, because it was very complicated in the beginning to even get the process started. Because that's typical UK. Everything is difficult here now. It's just horrible. But anyway, I got it done, and then yeah. So where was I? Where was I? Yeah, so this whole situation has actually inspired me a lot to talk about these kinds of problems that people can face when traveling, and what precautions one can take to make sure that this doesn't happen to you like it happened to me. So one precaution you can take is, if you are traveling in certain countries outside of the USA or Europe precisely, is to always contact your uh, consulate or embassy to check on your passport status. Is it clear, or is there a flag, or is there something going on with it? Of course, I did not think to do that, because I've never had a problem in 34, 37 years of traveling the world, all over the world, as a professional ski racer, as a businessman, and what I am now, a content creator, nutritionist, and health coach and writer. So yeah, and it's pretty bad what happened. It's pretty damn bad. But anyway, I'm over it. I'm making lots and lots of videos, content about this. I'm going to be writing a ebook about it too. I'm going to write another ebook about Cambodia, how much I love it, and what things to do, what not things not to do. Um, I'm not going to be going back to Cambodia anytime soon because I'm going to travel to other countries and experience new things, new places. Because I'm kind of tired of what happened to me there. It wasn't very nice at all. I'm sure you understand my sentiment. So that's that. As there are not many people watching, I'm gonna end this live show right now because I get 500 to 1,000 people watching me on TikTok, and YouTube is unfortunately not as interactive as TikTok because that's the way it is. Google, you got to up your game, my friends. All right, love you guys. Thank you. Goodbye.